going into fantasy. Hello everyone, my name is Hailey. That's not how I start my videos, but that's how I'm starting today's video. So today I'm just doing a quick video, which is going to be a Readathon announcement, and I'm very excited for it. So I am working with Penguin Teen for their new Fall into Fantasy Readathon, which is going to be held November 18th to November 25th, and it is going to be so much fun. So the premise of this Readathon is basically just to read all of the fantasy that you possibly can in that week, and Penguin has a lot of new fantasy coming out, so I'm going to be showing you guys some of those books today. And the books that I'm going to be showing you today are actually part of a buddy read, because this Readathon is really unique. So during the days of the Readathon, there's going to be a different book that will be featured on each day, and that book will be a buddy read featuring a bookish influencer, whatever, host and the author, and it's going to be so much fun. So I can't wait to get into it. So I'll just show you those books now, and then after that I will get to the challenges for the Readathon. So I'm going to start off with the book that you would be buddy reading with moi, and that is Forest of 1,000 Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. I don't know why I just like tossed that to myself. It was weird, but I am so excited to read this book. It is a reimagining of the evil queen myth that is inspired by Asian folklore and mythology, and I think it is just going to be so amazing. I've heard some really great things, so I can't wait to dive into this one. And if you would want to read it alongside me, we will be reading this on November 19th, which is the second day of the Readathon. I'm just gonna go in order of the Readathon because I feel like that's easiest. So next on November 20th, the book that will be featured is The Brilliant Death by Amy Rose Capetta. This book will be a buddy read alongside Cece from Problems of a Book Nerd on YouTube, and this is a book that deals with like shape-shifting and different things like that. It is a brand new fantasy novel, and the concept sounds very intriguing. Like the first line in the synopsis is something about her like changing people into music boxes and no one knows. I'm just so intrigued by that, so I can't wait to get to this. Next, the book for November 21st is Beasts Made of Night by Tochi Onyebuchi. I'm really sorry if I mispronounced that. I tried my best, but this will be a buddy read alongside Naya from Naya Reads and Smiles, so that is going to be so much fun. I feel like Naya just makes everything super fun. But this is a very interesting book. It deals with different sin beasts, and they're like hidden in the cover. The cover intrigues me enough, but these sin beasts are creatures that are born out of guilt, and it just sounds like such an interesting concept for a fantasy world, so I can't wait to get to this one. Next on November 22nd, the book is Give the Dark My Love by Beth Revis, which will be a buddy read alongside Emma from Emma Books. This book sounds very interesting to me. It's super dark and creepy, and I really like that for my fantasies, but it deals with a girl who gets involved with magic, and then she starts going a little bit further and starts dabbling in necromancy, which is never good, of course, but I can't wait to get to this one either. There are just so many good fantasies that I need to get to, and this Readathon is going to be perfect for that. Next on November 23rd, the featured book is Crown of Thunder by Tochi Onyebuchi, and this is once again a read with Naya Reads and Smiles. This is the sequel to Beasts Made of Night. And the final buddy read for the Readathon is Kingdom of the Blazing Phoenix by Julie C. Dow. This is the sequel to the book that you would be buddy reading with me, Forest of 1,000 Lanterns, and this one will be a buddy read alongside Monica Watson from She Might Be Monica. Like I said, I'm really excited to be reading Forest of 1,000 Lanterns because I've been putting it off for a very long time, so hopefully I'll be able to get to the sequel too. That'd be great. So those are all the books that are being featured, but there's also different challenges that you can do during the Readathon, and you don't have to read all of these books. These are just the ones where it would be a really interactive experience during the Readathon if you did pick up any of these. So Penguin has come up with 8 challenges. You can combine challenges if you want. You can really do whatever you need to do to feel successful for the Readathon, which I love. I love an easygoing Readathon. Challenge number 1 is to start a new fantasy series. Challenge number 2 is to read a fantasy book that has been on your TBR for way too long. I have so many of those because I haven't been reading fantasy lately. Challenge number 3 is an LGBTQ fantasy. Challenge number 4 is a diverse fantasy. Challenge number 5 is a fantasy that's told from multiple points of view. Challenge number 6 is a new fantasy. Challenge number 7 is a fantasy sequel. And challenge number 8 is a BookTube recommended fantasy. If you were looking for any recommendations for a BookTube recommended fantasy, I will link down below. All of the cats are in my room right now with all of their collar bells just ringing, but But I will link down below my recommended reads that I have done for fantasy to kind of help you out a little bit there. But I'm so excited to be working with Penguin for this readathon. I think it's going to be tons of fun. I'm very much looking forward to getting to a lot of the fantasies that I have put off. Honestly, all of the cats. Say hi, Lucy. It also falls on like a really good week for me, so it's gonna be great. I hope that you guys will join as well, so then we can have all of the people reading all of the fantasy. You guys also know I haven't been reading fantasy since I've been writing Book of Sisters, but now that I'm done Book of Sisters, I finally can get to all of the fantasy that I have been putting off for so long, and this is the perfect time to do it. So obviously there is a lot of information in this video, so I will leave links to all the information and all of that stuff on Penguin's pages down below for you guys so you can check it out. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Let me know if you are planning on participating in this readathon. I think it's going to be a blast, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! My shoulders kept on doing this like weird thing, so it was like I was dancing. It was a mood, wasn't it? Okay, actually, bye! Falling into fantasy!